Hey there, Chelsea here, MonarchAlley. I am a vintage lover, thrifter, and part-time reseller. And today I have a what sold video for you that has 2 items that sold for over $75, which is crazy, so exciting. And you know what? I'm gonna give you a little bit of an office tour before we get going because it's actually not a braggy video. It's a little bit of a glimpse into my current workspace, which is rather chaotic because I'm moving stuff around, but I think it's good to be real and like kind of set some normalize some chaos in everyone's lives. So I wanted to show you my office because if you have not seen it, I did a little bit of an office organizing, reselling space organizing video maybe a couple months back now, and that put me in a good place, and then I decided to totally rearrange as one does. So anyway, warn you, it is a bit chaotic in here. You're gonna see my mess. You're gonna see my mess. Yeah, maybe hopefully in the next couple of weeks, I'll be able to show you a slightly more cleaned up office. Okay, here's the tour. I thought this would be kind of a fun perspective to see you like walk into my reselling space from like the living room perspective. Yeah, as I mentioned, it's messy again, but do you wanna know why? Well, I wish I could tell you. No, it's because I'm in another state of transition. So those shelves used to all be blocking these beautiful windows. I did that because I didn't want yellow light in my pictures and videos, but you know what? I don't think it makes that big of a difference. And I installed a day bulb in my light up there, which you don't need to see that. But anyway, yeah, so I was just going to show you like a little bit of my workspace to help you understand that, guys, not everyone has like a perfect, beautiful, shiny workspace, but as long as you can get the work done, that's what matters. This is my sassy shelf. That's like my favorite. It's got a lot of thrifted goodies that really represent who I am, a nerd. And then, yeah, so this is listed inventory. This huge box is honestly stuff that's mostly going to be redonated or stuff that was given to me. And then there's more listed inventory in these closets here. And then this is like stuff that needs to be probably either listed or house storage. So it needs to go in the attic. But for some reason, it's in my office. So I'm hoping to get rid of that huge box. And then I'll have like a really beautiful, effective workspace, and that's where I sit when I film my videos. So I don't know if this perspective is a little different, but there you go. I got my Duncan, a lot of chaos, and I'm gonna make you a what sold video now. All right, cool. Okay, y'all, I hope you enjoy that crazy look at my workspace and a little bit of my house too. I do want to create a video where I show thrifted items and how I use them to decorate in my home, because I think I have kind of unique, cool style, but you can be the judge of that when I finally make that video. But for now I'm moving into the what sold portion to show you what sold for me on platforms like Poshmark, eBay, and Mercari in the last week. I have to say the week started off super strong and I thought I was going to break 200 this week. I didn't. I didn't do that. I don't know why, but I'm really excited to share these sales with you. All right, so the first item that sold is one of those huge Little Tikes football coolers. I think it's actually supposed to be used for toy storage, but from what I understand, people use these for tailgating and they like to put ice and their beverages in it. So kind of cool. I found these for, I think, $4 or $5 at my local thrift store. And I believe they're part of my series where I am going from $20 in profits, trying to get up to $1,000 in profits. So this is, I guess, putting me on a good trajectory to finally get to that 1,000, which I will be updating you all very soon on that series. Anyway, this cooler sold for $82. Yep, that's right. It's a Little Tikes toy bin. Like, it sold for $82. What can I say? It's pretty exciting. So I had this priced at $100 with $25 shipping. And I think I sent an offer, maybe I got a counter, and we landed at this $82.50 price, which is pretty great. Yeah, I accepted that. I didn't have hesitation in accepting that. What's fun is that I actually have 2 of these listed. So I picked the one that was from the listing, packaged it all up. Wish I would have taken into account the measurements of this thing before I put an only $25 charge for shipping, because it ended up costing me $56 in shipping with UPS ground shipping. So that was so extremely disappointing, but what I will say is when I took approximate measurements with a bigger box, actually the box that has all the, anyway, one of the huge boxes that was in my office was originally going to be used for this football thing, and those measurements put it at like $125 to ship this thing out. So then I actually did a Frankenbox all around. You know what? I took some pictures, so I'll make sure to include the pictures of how I shipped this oversized, crazy huge item. And so yeah, it actually arrived safely. I have not received any word from the buyer so far. It's been a week since it arrived, and it cost $56. So even though the buyer paid $82.50 for the item and $25 to ship it, unfortunately I ate into my profits another $30 from the additional cost to ship it. Luckily, I did quickly go ahead and change the other football cooler to represent a more accurate shipping rate, but I don't know how that's going to affect my actual sales of that item. So I'm kind of hoping I can just sell it locally for like $60 or $70, not have to pay like a platform fee and not have to deal with shipping it, because that was terrifying, let me tell you. So in all, after eBay fees and the cost of shipping, I made about $40 on the cooler, which is still incredible. But when you think of, oh, I had an $80 sale, but I'm only getting $40 from it, well, that's definitely a disappointment. So I'm hoping the next one will be a bigger success story and will get me closer to $1,000 for my $20 to $1,000 series. Next is a much smaller sale in terms of price point and scale. So next I sold these Champion squirts. They're like toddler short squirts that I'm selling for a friend actually. And so I split that 50-50 as well. The person paid $10 for the Champion squirts plus shipping, and I'm gonna make about $4 or $5 after platform fees and then after my commission fee. I will say though, of all the items that I consigned with this person, this is the one that sold for like the lowest rate and took the longest to sell. But a lot of the kids, they were all children's items, typically toddler, and they were name brand like Nike, Champion, I think an Under Armour item. They all sold actually really quickly and for good prices, and I think it's because they were in very good condition. They didn't have a lot of wear compared to like some of the stuff that you find at the thrift, and they were name brand items. So if you can find some children's items that are Nike, Champion, Under Armour for that are in really good condition for a pretty cheap rate, those are really fast flips, especially at this time of year when it's the start of a new school year. Okay, I have another $75 sale for you, but I'm gonna save that for the end of this video because the other items just pale in comparison. So the next item that I'm going to talk about, I practically lost money on. It was a shipping fail, 2 shipping fails this week. I really need to get with the times. This is a plate that I picked up. It was actually a duplicate. I picked up these naughty Christmas plates a while back, and I sold a set of 3 for, I don't remember, I think it was $15, $20 for the set, and that was a good sale. And then I realized as I was listing it, I thought I had a 4th. The 4th was actually a duplicate, and that's the item that sold this week, which is always funny to be in kind of still the heat of summer and selling Christmas items. But this item, I received an offer for $5 on it and decided to go ahead and accept because really no one cared about this one random plate until the offer came in. For some reason, I only charged $5 for shipping on that plate, maybe thinking, oh, it's one plate, how heavy could it be? But when it comes to that plate, well, it was heavy because it's a ceramic plate, and also I had to really intensely bubble wrap it to make sure it arrived safely and put it in a box. So it wasn't something you could put just in a bubble mailer or in a soft package. So this ended up being 1 pound 6 ounces, which drove up my shipping costs to like $8. So any profits I was going to get from that $5 sale just went to help pay for the shipping. So maybe we'll just call this one a wash. I don't think I actually lost money on it, but it certainly is not an exciting sale to share. But again, keeping it real, this is an item that sold this week. Perhaps, again, if you can find something like this for a reasonable rate and just make sure that you charge appropriate shipping for it, that you too could potentially make a profit off of an item like that. The next item that sold is actually a teaser for a thrift haul that will be coming out in the next week or two. When I went to this large sale that is called the Dump and Run, I think I maybe talked about it in my last What Sold video. Oh yes, because the Tweety mug sold from that sale as well. So I'm already in the profit from that sale, from shopping that sale, which was great. This is a dad hat. And you know what? I just kind of picked it up because I thought it was funny, and I'm really surprised that it already sold. So it's a hat that has like a brown bill, and it's kind of like a denim, like a faux denim style look. It's navy, and it has fishing lures all over it. Embroidered on the front, it says World Class Dad, and it's just like perfect 90s dad movie vibes. It's like ironic. I could picture like some frat guy wearing it and thinking he's hilarious. I don't know who bought this hat, but it sold for $10 on eBay, which is pretty exciting. I had it listed for $15. I accepted that $10 offer, no problem. And the buyer did also pay for shipping on it. After eBay fees, I make a little over $8, and I'm very happy with that sale. In general, when I pick up these novelty hats, like trucker style hats or just kind of 90s dad hats, I expect to make between $10 and $15 max. Now, sometimes you can sell a like trucker style, like the flat rim foam front, like mesh back trucker style hat for $25, $30 more dollars, depending on what the imagery is on that hat. For example, I sold a Chicago Bulls, a John Deere. I feel like there's another like either baseball or basketball team that was really hot in the 90s. I sold hats like that for like the 25 and up price point. But if they just have like silly novelty stuff on them or don't have like a brand recognition that's really going to capture people, expect to make about 10 to 15. But when you pay really low price points for them, they're easy to list. It doesn't really matter. So I just really enjoy listing hats. I honestly wish I could find more trucker hats. So if you know a great way to source hats, let me know because I am hooked. All right, another item that sold this week was another low offer that I just went ahead and accepted, hopefully to drive traffic. Now, have you ever heard this? People talk about if you accept offers on Poshmark or eBay, that more offers start coming in. I don't know if that's true, but sometimes I accept offers that are lower than I want them to be on stale items, hoping to drive up that traffic. So let me know if like this kind of hint of the algorithm is true, because otherwise I might stop doing it. Anyway, I'm super chatty today, probably because of the Dunkin' Donuts iced coffee that you saw in my tour video. What sold is this Good American long sleeve t-shirt. It's a pink t-shirt with like pink foil striping on it. Good American jeans are a hot ticket item. Good American long sleeve t-shirt, maybe not so much, because I've had this listed for several months and finally accepted a $10 offer on this shirt. The buyer did also pay for shipping, so after eBay fees, I make a little over $8. Okay, I'm excited to share the other item that sold for a really high price point. That $75 item I got a story for it. I have a story for everything, right? Let's sit back and relax here. The item that sold, I actually forgot existed, except for the fact that I was cleaning my office. So I guess it's a good thing that I fully rearranged everything, right? I was cleaning my office and I found some items that I had picked up at a random sale that I found on the side of the road. There might be a thrift haul for it. If so, I'll make sure to like put the little caption link so you can come back and view that. This particular sale was very much like a church side of the road yard sale that had all the vintage goodies. It was such a cool one to go to, and I think they said they do it like, I don't know, every Friday or something. So I might have to make an actual effort to get back to this sale, which was unfortunately about 30 miles away. Anyway, I hope I'm not losing you here because this is a really good sale I'm excited to share. So I had picked up some salt and pepper shakers at this sale, and they were wrapped up in newspaper and set with another item that I got from that sale that I was delaying and cleaning. It's like a sterling silver thing. I don't know how to clean it. So as I'm cleaning my office, I find a bunch of newspaper and I unroll it to see what treasure's inside. Well, it's some cute vintage salt and pepper shakers. I'll put the picture up now. And I thought, oh my gosh, these will be so easy to list. You just gotta take a picture front, back, show if they have the stoppers and you're good to go. Now, unfortunately, they weren't marked, but I did a reverse Google image search. I started seeing some listings from this brand called Enesco, which I didn't know anything about, but everything I looked at looked so much like my salt and pepper shakers, but mine didn't have a marking. I think it's because all the other ones I saw had a sticker instead of like a marking on the actual ceramic. It had a sticker. So potentially mine is the Enesco brand and the sticker fell off, but it was nowhere to be found in my house, so I'm guessing the sticker was long gone. They were going for about $200 a pair, which really blew my mind. So then I had a decision to make here. I don't know for sure if mine are that Enesco brand, but they certainly looked a lot like it, and I decided to take a risk in more ways than one to list them at 75. So I listed at 75 because I didn't know for sure if it was the appropriate brand. So I wanted like a lower price point just because I didn't know for sure. But then I thought, well, even if they are like a collectible and 75 is too high, then after a little bit, I'll relist it for a more reasonable rate. Because what can you normally expect to get for salt and pepper shakers, right? Like $15, $20. Well, I listed these on just like a random Tuesday night, and I cross-listed using List Perfectly, which I have a discount code in the description below if you are interested in joining List Perfectly. It's a great cross-listing service. I use it to cross-list to Poshmark, eBay, and Mercari. I cross-listed these on Mercari and they sold within 15 minutes for the full price. Oh my gosh, that was so much the win that I needed. In fact, it probably means that I could have listed it for a lot higher price, but I'm happy with my sale because I just didn't know for sure if it was the brand. And in good conscience, I had a hard time listing it at that $150 rate. So I honored the buyer's very quick purchase of those items, sent them out the next day, you know, again, wrapped up in that bubble wrap, put in a box, and I've already gotten a wonderful review from the person that bought it who said that they wished I had more. Hey, if I find more, I'll certainly reach out to that buyer because that was an incredible sale. After Mercari's fees, I make $65 on the salt and pepper shakers that I forgot about. So on that high note, I'm gonna have to end this video because you know what? It was a pretty slow sales week except for a couple of those higher ticket items. So that's the video for today. Like I said, I will be filming a thrift haul of that dump and run sale. I've already sold 2 items from it and I have more to list. So I'm pretty excited. I appreciate you taking the time to view my video. I hope you enjoyed my messy office tour. And yeah, drop a comment below. Let me know if you've had any good sales that you'd like to share with the group. And I guess I'll see you in the next one. All right, thanks. Bye.